Hi everyone, hello. Myra Medhurst here, coming to you live on my personal page. If this is the first time you've ever heard me speak on the internet, hello, welcome. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to welcome you into the community. And if you tend to be watching me quite a bit inside the private Facebook group, or you're an active member already, send us a heart. That way I can love back on you. And if you're watching the replay, you can hashtag replay. So I'm actually doing a series of Facebook Lives for a whole year, and I'm up to day 30. And I've been doing a mix of inside the private Facebook group, the Golden Path Experience, and also I'm going to share a little bit more on my personal page. But welcome to the temple. This is where I hold my full moon circles, sound healings, channelings, activations, and it's also kind of the hub of the Golden Path brand. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And I was on my call on Thursday night with the ladies in the mastermind, and I was sharing one of the teachings, and it really landed for the women in the mastermind. And I was like, oh, I think I need to share this out with a wider audience. And it's this distinction between the energetic dynamics between how the awakening process happened in the past. Hi, Nithya. Yeah, welcome from Canada. So good to see you. And the energetic architecture of the spiritual awakening process now. And so there were two distinct characteristics, and they're really different. So what would happen in the past is we would use more a masculine principle. And so what I mean by that is the spiritual awakening process would happen more as an apex to the top of the pyramid. So you'd have a guru at the top, you'd have the Pope at the top, you'd have a CEO at the top of an organization. And this is where the information travels from the apex, the top, let's say, and it follows a linear path of the sharing of information. And so in the past, we would go to an ashram, we'd go to a synagogue, we'd go to a temple to kind of sit at the feet of someone that we perceived to be an authority figure. And this is how the dissemination of the information and the spiritual awakening process has happened on the planet in the past. So that's a past energetic structure. Now we're actually in a completely different landscape. And that landscape has to do with return of the divine feminine. So what does that even mean, return of the divine feminine? It is when our planet crossed over the 21st of December, 2012. Our planet was at the furthest point from the grand central sun. So we've taken a masculine trajectory out, this outward looking journey. And after the 21st of December, 2012, we are at the furthest point from our home, from our mother. And after that date, our planet has taken a trajectory and a journey back home, back to the inward, the feminine, the intuitive. And we would say that is the feminine principle. This is how the term return of the divine feminine came back into play. So what does this mean now, this characteristic that is awash over humanity? This is what it looks like. So instead of the past, the spiritual awakening process, the past structures would be going to the master, go to the guru, go to the Pope. And you see how there's a fair bit of control in the way that information can flow? Because the person at the top can control the mechanism, whether the information will flow or not. But get this, the spiritual awakening process now that is available on the planet, and I know you feel this in your hearts and your bodies already, I just would like to provide the context and the mechanics as to why it is so, is that the spiritual awakening process now will happen around the kitchen table and the lounge rooms of the homes of humanity. So this is a feminine principle around a kitchen table. It's inward, it's in the home. And now you cannot control the flow of information, because now we have humanity around the kitchen tables and lounge rooms all across the homes of this planet, all awakening to their own divinity. And there is no master or guru at the top of that awakening process. This is a huge difference, because now there's no breaks, there's no reins to this. It is happening whether you like it or not. It is happening whether you believe in it or not. There is no stopping the transformational wave of awakening that is sweeping the planet. This is game on. And I see so many women in my masterminds and the mentorship that I do is like they get so stuck in the logistics. They get so stuck in their head about how they should start and if they should have a website, and they don't have the correct title name. And I remind them of this. The spiritual awakening process is happening around the kitchen tables and lounge rooms. So put the thing on, put the circle on, put the event on, and just invite your neighbor. It is happening in the hearts of humanity. It is happening within the homes of humanity. And bit by bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, you cannot stop that wave. You cannot stop that flow of consciousness, of the evolution of consciousness that is sweeping the planet. It's a very different energy at play. So I hope this has given you some confidence to just start where you are and begin. My first ever circle was in a share house. I think there were 5 people living in the house at the time. And I found a tea light candle in the bottom of the kitchen drawer. And I lit the tea light candle and I invited 2 of my flatmates. They were in neighboring bedrooms of mine. I was like, hey, I'm holding a full moon circle, and it was my 2 flatmates. And they are still my best friends to this day. This is about 15, 16 years ago. Just start. Start in your homes. Invite your neighbors over. This is a big energetic shift, and you cannot hold back from this process. So let this be the confidence to let you begin. Hey, it's the conversations that are happening within your homes, within your families, and with your neighbors. This change will occur at the community, family level. And then that way you've got no control over it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm dropping daily coachings and energetic teachings and transmissions in my private Facebook group, The Golden Path Experience. I'll drop a link below. And I'm mixing it up. I'll come on my personal page as well, just so I can reach a wider audience. I love you. Thanks for watching. Share this if you got some value out of it about this energetic difference of the 2 different ways in which the spiritual awakening process can occur on the planet. Thanks, Nithya. Yeah, thank you so much. And remember, follow your golden path.